Greetings and welcome, fellow Dragon Knights, to another episode of Let's Play Divinity 2. Right, let's climb this tower. And let's actually remember that I switched the buttons.
Bring it on!
Well, at least it's fairly clever AI, knowing that they have to get away from me in order to use the weapons. Right, a waypoint shrine, cool. That'll make traveling much easier. Right. I'm gonna have to start putting some points into vitality, because otherwise I am just not gonna survive all that long. Right. Still not very good. Skills wise, lockpick. No lock is safe for me. I mean, so far we've not had to change our particular practice of doing stuff. Now, with our new jumping ability comes a new level of exploration. That is both particularly inventive and a little bit annoying in the current methods. Right, and the gates we can't open. Alright, let's add some new consumable to this. Rejuvenation.
I could use a potion right about now.
You know what? We have got plenty of cash right now, and since we just did reach this shrine, let's actually head back to town for a bit. See if we cannot pick up some more recipes and stuff. Get some better potions, because running out of health potions in the middle of this particular quest is not a very good idea, since I can't rely on finding them in the wild. It's nice if I find them, but it's never a guarantee. So I wonder, do you have any better?
Go ahead, browse my stock. Only quality.
Right, well, looking for potions. Limited strength. Lesser full resistance. I'll just take all of them. Do you have any weapons of any use? One-handed hammers. Any armor of any use? Well, technically that is better than what I'm using right now. Sure. Alright.
How
Shiny.
about a nice ring for your sweetheart? Or some magical trinkets to protect you on the road?
Alright, what?
My friend and hero.
He doesn't have anything particularly useful. I mean, those lesser healing potions are nice. Let's just get both of them.
So good. Yes, I don't doubt that on that.
And let's have a talk with the tree.
With pleasure.
Alright, so... it's not all that much. At least it's clear on what it gives me, but right, let's just get some of those. The rest I can take or leave. It's really the healing potions that I need. Alright, and let's head back to Lovis's tower. Now there is still plenty more to explore in that valley beyond Lovis's tower, and the quest that Lovis will give us is probably wiser if we don't straight go for that, and instead just do some freelance exploring to level up and also to get potentially better equipment. Actually, I should check in with Dirk. He probably worships the ground I walk on, so he should give me a better deal on weapons, and potentially he has better stuff.
Swing those swords, maggot! Oh, slay. Go ahead.
He likes me well enough. Alright, anything better than what I'm currently using? Shaman Slayer? Nah. I mean, it's not a bad sword. I mean, it does practically the same damage that my current sword does, which does suggest that I need a better sword. Something that will hit real hard. A deadly magical heavy iron flamberge of the vampire. That's just a contest to see how many extra stuff you can add to a word. But it does do decent enough damage, and it has still got the life leech. So want to do more magical damage or not? Fire curse. Setting people on fire is also kind of neat. But any of the other weapons, I mean, that's all just 100 stuff. And let's face it, I'm not gonna be using the shields or any of the weapons. I mean, he's got plenty of gold, so... let's see. Well, since we are dealing with skeletons, magical damage probably wouldn't hurt. We lose some strength, but I don't think that matters all that much. And let's switch out for this one. Right, well, I don't really want to sell all that stuff anyway. Because I might want to remold that stuff, but we'll find plenty of stuff later on anyway. I really need to start finding the enchant so I can get rid of some of my surplus weapons. But Lovis's tower first. Just so I have an idea of what kind of quest I want, and I believe there's also some decent enough loot in the tower. So we'll make up for that stuff. Alright, let's see. Citadel Shrine. Right, now the goal is to ascend. I can't do that from here. So we need to do some climbing puzzles.
I could use a potion right about now.
Alright, this leads to another door that I can't open.
Looks like I'm not getting in.
And there's no sideways path, so we'll just have to follow this particular bit of scaffolding. Alright, this feels like a bit of a trap setup. Alright, all these things have pressure plates. Alright, I need to find the right order then. Let's see if we can get a good view of the valley from here. Yeah, Lovis's dungeon. That's where we want to go. But first, let's clear the path back down. Penelope's amulet. Wait, it's named like that? Might be useful. Might be valuable. It's mine. All mine. Lovis's chambers.
Well done. We are here. Lord Lovis is close by.
Right, so how do we get to him? And is there anything worth looting in here? Doesn't look like it. Like I said, there might be loot in here. I think I need to find a way to call the elevator. So where is that? I mean, this is a way to go down, I think, but I don't see a button to trigger it. Ooh, the revealed spell. That might be useful. The quest item.
The scroll bears a spell in an alphabet you can read, but its meaning remains nonsensical to you.
I'll try to read the spell anyway.
I wonder what that did.
Well, it did that. And that did that. Good, good. Now, oh, don't set any fire. Now, a lot of these chests I don't think I can actually loot. Perhaps.
Another one to add to the collection.
These I can. Oh, these are not important chests. Blood Echelon Sword, which is part of a set. Neat.
Another one to add to the collection.
A little bit beyond my level at the moment, but neat nonetheless. Right. Let's read the book.
You have come here, living flesh, to seek audience with Lord Lovis?
I have indeed.
Then prove you have the knowledge required to meet him. To whom was Lord Lovis born?
I don't know, because I didn't remember.
You speak untrue. Who does Lord Lovis serve?
Probably the God of Dragons.
Very good. What was Lord Lovis's greatest victory?
Let's see. The Battle of 10,000?
Very good. Who was the fiend that set in motion Lord Lovis's downfall?
Probably the traitor.
You speak untrue. What was Broken Valley called when Lord Lovis still ruled supreme?
The Valley of Shrines.
Very good. And that completes this test of knowledge. You have been found worthy enough to address my master. Honor this honor.
Alright, now, that information is found in the box you can read, which I didn't do, but, you know, I'd forgotten that this particular test was here, but I did well enough. I think you get a bonus if you get all of them right. Yay! So... XP. Oh, I get more stuff. Let's get the charm.
What have we here? A mortal wandered into my tower. By accident, I'm sure.
Well, let's read his mind.
My thoughts are my own, if you don't mind. But it's nice to see the art of mind reading is still popular among the educated few. You'll find the chest next to my throne unlocked. Consider it a little reward for the amusement you bring.
All right. Not entirely, Lord Lovis. I was sent here by Lady Talana herself.
A fellow dragon knight sent a champion. An interesting turn of events, though not unexpected.
She was under the impression you'd be able to help me.
Was she now? And how is it I may help you?
I must slay Damien, but I don't know how.
As luck would have it, I know what Talana wants to do. And though I applaud her intent, I am apprehensive of her immediate goal. The Hall of Echoes.
What is the connection between Damien and the Hall of Echoes?
Therein dwells the soul of his one great desire, Igerna. He and she are soul-forged, one in spirit and being. When death dawns on either of them, it takes them both. But Damien cast the spell when his beloved had, but moments before, suffered bloody execution. This reversed the nature of the spell. Now, should Igerna be brought back to life, it is Damien who will die. That was Talana's quest. Now it is yours.
No. I understand neither your hostility towards Damien nor Talana's. Your dragon sided with him and killed the Divine.
No. You call us betrayers, but it is we who were betrayed. Damien corrupted the mind of a fellow knight and made him stab your godlike champion in the back. He did what he set out to do. The Divine is dead. His demonic army suffered great losses, yes, but away from human eyes. He is rebuilding his forces. How well he planned his devious game. Igerna was revenged, and while he knew it would take decades to regain his strength, the Damned One made sure mankind had another enemy to fight. Which was exactly what the Slayers did. They eradicated the old race, paying no heed to the slumbering threat that is Damien.
Tell me about Igerna.
When Damien grew up under the tutelage of the Divine, he was unaware of the fact that he was the incarnation of the great evil destroyed by his foster father. But the Black Ring knew and sent a young witch to awaken his dormant powers. This she did, and they even fell in love. All went well for the pair until Igerna was found out and beheaded by the Divine. Damien, who had in the meantime, in the strictest of secrecy, become a great wizard, soul-forged himself with his beloved as she felt the blade. It was then that the first demon war was waged and won by the Divine and his army of paladins. The second Damien's scourge, the Great War, fared less advantageously, as you are well aware. It ended in no more than a bitter stalemate. The winner has yet to be decided.
Where can I find the Hall of Echoes?
I cannot say, though I know my former master, Maxos, the Dragon Mage, once found it. As always, he wrote down all the research he did, This book must still be in his temple, not far from here. No one has been there for a very long time, but I possess a key. It is now yours. Finding the Hall of Echoes will be a long and tough journey, but should you succeed, our old enemy will be destroyed. Go to the temple, find the book. While you are there, maybe you can take care of some small matter for me.
Alright. What is this small matter I can help you with?
My salvation. I do not dwell here, a mockery of both life and death by my own will or wish. No, my friend. I failed Maxos, and this is my punishment.
Eternal damnation? Then you must have done something worse than just dropping his favorite mug.
You may judge for yourself. I was tasked to guard these lands against demonic incursions. But as time passed and my might rose, I grew callous and decadent. Vigilance traded places with indulgence, duty with sloth. When the demon lord Baal came, and with him his armies, the valley was overrun. This is why I was punished.
I too tend to seek delight in sensual gratification. You were treated cruelly.
Thank you for your understanding. I have often thought the same. Nevertheless, I have sought redemption, but received none. Too long, champion, have I been rotting without decay. Maxos ripped my soul from my body and imprisoned it in a soul stone in his temple, close by, yet an infinity away. Go to the temple and bring me back my soul. It is in the possession of my old rival, Amdusias. Destroy him and return. I assure you, your reward will be substantial.
That is certainly true. Now, Lord Lovis is not telling us a lot of things here. But we will find those out when we get there. Could you tell me a bit more about Maxos?
He was a wizard of such vast knowledge he became respected by dragons. They taught him things no human had ever heard of. And when he built his battle tower, a giant spire filled with magic, they gave him the ultimate ability. Like themselves, he could turn ordinary beings into dragon knights, which made him the most powerful creature in Rivalon, save for those of the ancient race. He could have conquered and enslaved this world if he wished, or turned it into a paradise. But that kind of power and dominance, be it for good or evil, did not interest him in the slightest. Only knowledge counted for him while his dragon knights ruled Rivalon. Knights such as Orobas, Talana, and myself. Until one day he disappeared under circumstances unknown and was never heard of again. This was almost a millennium ago. Ever since then his battle tower stood empty, until Lycan broke its magic seal and used the citadel as a laboratory to conduct his dark experiments.
What's the difference between dragons and dragon knights?
The dragons are the old ones. The dragon knights their most powerful servants. They are humans, chosen by dragons when quite young and imbued with dragon magic. They are more powerful and intelligent than normal humans, even live much longer. Their most amazing gift is the mastery of the dragon form. In the guise eyes of our dragon masters, we, their knights, are kings among men, rulers with powers unmatched. When the true dragons show themselves less and less over the centuries, the common folk made no distinction between the two anymore. Now some don't even realize there is a difference. An enormous difference.
Tell me about Amdusias.
A long time ago, he and I were chosen by Maxos to become Dragon Knights. But one day, when we were young men, not a day over 17, and as brazen as all youths are, we tried to utter spells too potent for our still novice-like capabilities. A hurricane of flame ripped through a small city, killing hundreds. In awe, we stared at the beauty that is apocalypse, until our tutor arrived upon the scene.
Beauty in Apocalypse?
Enraged, he vowed he would teach us the constraint and responsibility that come with the ways of the wizard. To make sure we'd listen, he said only one of us would become a dragon knight. Ever since that moment, Amdusias and I became bitter rivals in the race for dragonhood. A race I ultimately won. Amdusias remained an acolyte in the Maxos Temple, where he now, with boundless glee, holds my soul in his possession.
I'm surprised you haven't commented on my silver eyes yet.
What do they say? That you were a slayer once? Only when the blood of the dragon flows through your veins like 1,000 fires of might and lore are you truly born. What came before matters not. It was of no consequence or validity whatsoever.
So you've been haunting this tower for over 1,000 years?
Yes, I have. And have grown more knowledgeable and more bitter in all those many years. Most have forgotten me, but I have not forgotten Rivellon. With great fury, I watched Damien destroy her as I stood helplessly by. It is good to know that at last another strives to spell his doom, and at the same time redeem the name of dragons.
Why is it I cannot yet take the dragon form?
Only the raw dragon power that is locked in Maxos Dragonstone may unleash your slumbering dragon potential. That it is in the battle tower, and in the battle tower is Lycan.
Who is Lycan?
He is the necromancer. Probably the vilest living creature in Rivellon. Sicker even than the damned one, and second only in power to Damien. Death, pain, mutilation, and horrible resurrection are his life, and very much his lust. To become a dragon, you will have to destroy him. A deed many have dreamed of, but none have ever dared to execute.
I must take my leave of you.
As you wish, Dragon Knight.
Right, so this one is now unlocked, and it gives me a rotten goblin head. All right, well, nice, I guess. But that's where I'll leave you, because we've gone well over time. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.